Hello, hello. Welcome back to another episode of Trainz Railroad Simulator. Trainz with a Z 2022. And today we're going to be taking a look at the latest drop from K&L Trainz. I'm going a little bit backwards as I'm still waiting on the reason this locomotive exists. So we're on the original coal country route because, well, it's going to take me a hot second to get through all the downloads and all that other mess for coal country too. So, and I'll make a separate video about that. I don't want to combine these two. Which, you know, whatever. It ain't hurting to use the original coal country route. But we have a new locomotive from K&L Trainz. A really kind of neat locomotive. This is a kit bash. Something, a term you typically would attribute to model railroading, but this is a kit bash specifically made for the new Coal Country 2.0. It is obviously an articulated locomotive, a 2660, made from various parts that K&L Trainz has built over the years. I have the webpage pulled up. We will pull it up to kind of go over what it is, why it exists, and then we'll play around with it and enjoy it. Because, well, I can't really critique anything on it because it's a kit bash. So, how do you look at anything on it and go, oh, well, that's not right. That's not right. But, yeah, you really can't because, again, it's a kit bash. It's various things. Now, we will look at some things. There might be some things that I catch, but this is a first look as well. I have not fiddled with this thing. I haven't run it. I haven't played with it. Literally just got it, just downloaded it. So, yeah. We're going to check it out. We're going to enjoy it. Actually, you know what? Let's pause it for a second. On K&L's website, we have the kind of lore for the locomotive and then how it came about. The Richmond Peabody and Parker number 850 is the railroad's 2660 articulated compound Mallet, weighing in at just over a half mil, fully loaded. Number 850 operates at 225 psi, sits on 50-inch drive wheels, and produces 70,000 pounds of tractive effort. 850 is capable of navigating extremely tight curves thanks to the short wheelbase. Tender holds 18 tons of coal, 8,500 gallons of water, and operates with a mechanical stoker. 850 is happiest and most efficient, running between 15 to 20 mile an hour, but will reach speeds exceeding 30 to 35 on more level track. Something kind of different. Number 850 was built using the boiler and smoke box, firebox, and domes from the Frisco Mikados. Cab interior and exterior come from the P&B Pacific. Driver's frame and rear cylinders come from the A&A consolidation. Bell comes from the H&W F1A consolidation. Pilot wheel came from the Norfolk and Western M-class Mastodons. The tender came from the R&N Pacific number 425. Various other parts were taken from various K&L engines, most of which ended up being rebuilt using the originals as templates. All new piping, reverse linkage, cab curtains, footboard, pilot, low pressure cylinders, many other smaller details were built. New textures have been applied as well. Class lights have finally been added. Now that's not gonna lie, something that is a welcome thing to see K&L finally progress into, given that, you know, we've been seeing stuff from everybody from Jointed Rail and Trainz Forge, really. Most of their stuff includes lighted glass lights at this point. It's always been odd to me that the last few years K&L hasn't bothered to fiddle with glass lights, because, you know, it's kind of a prominent feature. So it's nice to see him diving off into that. Obviously, 850 was built to go with Coal Country number 2.0, available at Jointed Rail. Future problem for a future video. The pack includes one single engine and one single tender, and it is $8.50. Guess it would help to unpause. Now this is pretty darn cool. It's nice to see some kind of different things like this. Why is this down here sitting like this? I'm serious. Oh, it keeps arguing with... Yeah, sometimes AI in Trainz does not... It's not smart. Artificial intelligence, as one might say, is missing the intelligence part, because it wants to go through where I have this locomotive sitting, which makes no sense at all. I don't know why the AI didn't, you know, continue through here, or continue on this outside track. That is a-okay. We can edit on the fly, because, you know, hi, welcome to Trainz. Yoink. Yoink. And bam. Problem solved. Anyway. Actually, you know what? Matter of fact, I tried to make this fun and have a couple AI playing around on the map, but making AI work on the fly is a kind of a pain. So, we'll get rid of it. No more AI. So right off the bat, it's kind of cool. I mean, it's a pretty typical look of a smaller articulated locomotive that one would expect to see up in the Northeast. I will admit, it looks almost more like what one would see on a heavy logging line more than what I would have figured, but truth be told, it fits the Coal Country feel pretty well, because Coal Country in and of itself is not like a massive, well, at least the original here is not particularly massive, but I haven't got to play with the new one yet. But it's pretty cool. It is unfortunately one singular locomotive and tender, so one singular paint scheme. I personally would have liked to have seen a kind of clean scheme as well as this sort of weathered, because the weathered looks alright overall. You guys know my opinion on weathering. I'm not particularly fond of it. K&L Trainz honestly has arguably the best looking weathering in a train game. His looks the most believable, but I'm still not a big fan of weathering. So I personally kind of would have liked to have gotten just a plain Jane clean, not weathered variant, but whatever. Builder's plaque is Lima. So the Lima Locomotive Works. June 19-something teen. Click on our headlight. Ooh. Headlight looks alright. It's got a nice yellow color, nice effect overall. Pull up our details here and see what we can play with. Class lights. Nice. You know, I honestly don't think they look half bad. To be, you know, perfectly fair. They still kind of do the same thing that Trainz models do, where they kind of phase through some spots, but the headlight does the same thing. It's kind of weird. But overall, they look pretty good. So that is a welcome new feature, in my opinion. We get the automatic fireman side window, engineer side window. Just this little side window right here. Fireman cab door right here. Very cool. Roof hatch. And a cool little classification light beam here. Very neat. And that is the bells, buttons, and whistles that we get to play with. I mean, it looks cool. Like, I don't really know what else to say. Again, it being freelance, there's no real right or wrong. You know, you just kind of go with it and fit things together to make it look cool. And it certainly looks cool. Inside the cab. Curiosity killing the goat. Hey! It's modeled outside too. We actually have drive wheels. Back into our cab here. Cab looks pretty decent. Kind of hard to see in here, but that's okay. It still looks pretty decent. Bell. Very nice. I like the bell sound. I like the animated bell and pull cord. I think both look really nice. Now, what is kind of entertaining is the cord here, but it's also a steam-powered bell. Got the little steam arm over here, so that's kind of different. But either way, bell. Uh-oh. So wherever you turn the bell off is where it stops. Not a fan of that. That's kind of weird. Just turning the bell off would just kind of set it down to its normal sitting position. Whistle sound is pretty cool. It is a fairly different sound, but hey, I like it. I think it sounds pretty neat. No blowdown effects, kind of sad. It's kind of a K&L usual, was having a blowdown with the Q key. Let's operate it. Switch our tracks so that we can get out onto a nice stretch of track here. Green's on the way through. Ooh, it's got a nice articulated sound. Yeah, the fact that the bell doesn't drop down to a normal position is kind of a little bit of an error. Oh well. Looks pretty good. Things look to run nice and smoothly. Ah, balls. I should have been up in front so we could watch the articulation. I like the exhaust. The smoke looks really good. See, I like the K&L smoke a lot more than I do the Trainz Forge smoke. I think it looks better, cleaner. Doesn't clip down, turn into cotton balls. It's got a nice fade effect to it. Ooh, that's weird. Certainly seems to run nice and smooth. And you know, overall, I actually like the sounds. I think it sounds pretty good. Ooh, that was weird. But that high-speed sound turns into a typical K&L sound. Which, I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. But doesn't quite capture that articulated sound as well as one might hope. So that under 30, that sound range is pretty nice, I think. Above 30, it just kind of turns into a typical K&L sound file. Well, you know how cool it'd be to see him do a 262 now. Got the wheel set for it. Nice little freelance 262 logger. It's not really any terribly sharp curves to see that front end swing out. I would need to see it a little bit better. Maybe bring it to a stop now. You know, there it is. The RP&P number 850, a freelanced 2660 from K&L Trainz. Definitely go check it out. It is available on their website. Link in the description. I think it's pretty cool. I mean, like I said, it's a freelance, so there's not really a good way to go. You know, this is right and this is wrong, and this looks great and this doesn't. But overall, you know, that is my thoughts of the Locomotive. I think it's pretty cool. It's got a couple things that I myself might end up swapping out. I do wish that the bell would drop back down to a normal hanging position whenever it's not raining instead of being stuck up like that. I think it's kind of weird. I wish there was a clean variant, but other than that, I mean, again, it's kind of hard to nitpick at it. I think it looks pretty darn cool. It's a freelance locomotive. What more can you want? I imagine this will be a reskinner heaven. I mean, I think this would be cool as balls to reskin for the Eagle River, and I just might. So we'll see. But anywho's, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely go check it out, and I will see you guys next time.